What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 8th day of August, and here we are. Here we are at about $3.30, $3.29 right now. 22 hours, 22 minutes left in the day. You had a very nice day yesterday, 11% to the upside, which is pretty damn impressive for XRP. That's the second biggest day percentage-wise on a growth basis that you've had since you found your low in June, since April 7th even, I think. Maybe your third biggest day, but still, since this low, it's the second biggest day. Very big day, very impressive move. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's get something with some volume on here, right? What are we doing? Whoa, no, not futures. We want something with some volume. Let's do Binance, XRP, USDT. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy in the way of volume. About standard volume, average volume, right? How do we know it's average volume? Because if you look, you see the histogram, this like shaded part versus the bars here. You've got the shaded part. That bar went right to the shaded part. That's the average. I use this because I like to know, above average. I like to know if it's subpar, average, whatever, and that's about average. So that's good. About average volume for an above average move, that I guess could be construed as not ideal, but this is just one exchange, Binance, and I'm sure that the volume overall, across the board is probably desirable. At least it's average. It's not like some kind of minimalistic amount of volume. $3.30 now, if we're looking at this from a relative low to a relative high, you're doing the same exact thing Bitcoin's doing, you guys, except to a larger extent now. You closed below your 382 only to close above it the next day. That's a very massively powerful bullish reversal signal there. You went all the way up and closed above your 236. That's bullish as hell, validating that you have in fact found your low. And that is such a bullish close, man. That's the highest daily close that we've had. I mean, that's the highest daily close that we've had, you guys, since July 22nd, since we were at our all-time high area, right? We opened the day up here, but we closed the day down here. That's the highest daily close we've had in a little while now. I like this reaction. We could very well move down a little bit down. We're at 330 now. Maybe we move down to 313, 314, something like that. Find support down there, continue to move up. I would expect that XRP is basically in the midst of its next rally phase, right? We're looking for that one pace that XRP moves at, which is a very fast pace to continue growing here. Don't be surprised, though, if we do pull back a little bit. We could find some turbulence over the coming days. It is Friday today, so the weekend is upon us. Sometimes we do consolidate over the weekend, and that's okay. But I do expect that going into next week and even the end of this month, we should be rocketing through $4, $5, $6. I really wouldn't be surprised if we were above $6 by the end of this month of August, and ultimately on our way higher to prices that are at anything from $11 to $13, maybe even $16 at a potential maximum. From a high to a low, the primary target zone would be the 1272 to the 1618. I do imagine that we find some turbulence here, but I don't imagine that we'll live there for long. We'll probably afterwards move up, going into the end of the month at 658 to 716, and going into September should be seeing those prices of about $11 to 1642, something in the money zone here going into September, right? The way that I have it drawn, this would be a pretty fast trajectory, but it's actually even a slower trajectory than what we had over here. By the end of September, we would actually meet that exact price area that we're looking for, 1380 to 1642. So very, very possible outcome, very, very likely outcome, I would even say. And it all starts here, man, $3.30. Let's look at the short-term stuff, and then we'll zoom back out. 1 hour time frame. Bitcoin's being squirrely, isn't it? I don't think it goes lower, though. Have you guys noticed this with Bitcoin? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but it's like, other than this one time here where we did actually go a little bit lower, but you found support at prior resistance. Do you see how well we're doing this, right? I'm only referencing Bitcoin because I feel like it's applicable to XRP. Maybe not here, but where you found support here was prior resistance. Where you found support here was prior resistance. Where you're finding support now, it's just above, but basically at prior resistance. Maybe we go a little bit lower, and you start to really move up once you get that lower low in, right? You've got this, it's like you've got this low here. It resides for a while, and then you finally get below it, and then boom, then you rally. You got this low here, it resides for a little while, and then boom, you move higher. We're on the 15-minute time frame. When I say it resides for a while, not really, not like a super long time, right? We're talking hours. You had this low here, or this low here, it resided for a little while. Now that we're getting below it, probably, we'll find support, I would think, at 116.6, 116.7K, something like that, and then move higher. But we'll see. We'll see. There's reasons to move lower. There's absolutely reasons to move lower. Looking at this on a one-day time frame, there are some longs to liquidate. We could be liquidating some longs. You guys going down to 115K, that would liquidate a lot of longs. My longs included. No, they wouldn't. I was just joking. But anyways, $3.30 right now. Getting back to XRP, if we're looking at the 1 hour time frame here, I like the RSI, but you're pretty damn hot. You found resistance here before. Maybe you come down and cool off. You've got a nice uptrend, higher lows. Oh, come on now. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Higher lows here and higher highs there. Come down, find support at the overbought zone. Maybe you form some bearish divergence, a double top, something like that in the RSI, and then you continue to move lower. Stochastics, I shouldn't say continue to move lower. Then you stop moving higher and move lower, and then after you move lower, you will continue to move higher. You are moving higher. You won't continue to move lower. You're already done moving lower, guys. Right? Getting a lot of volume here, though, and you're not really moving higher. Don't anticipate that you have to go higher, but maybe you move a little bit lower first, right? A little bit lower, then you get a higher high, something around 350, around your all-time high even, bearish divergence, then consolidate a little bit, and then you'll start to rally, maybe over the weekend, if not sometime next week. MACD, stochastics, RSI, they all look bullish, but it wouldn't hurt to cool off a little bit, right? It wouldn't hurt. 4 hour time frame here, looking at this, the MACD looks great, stochastics look great, RSI looks great, everything does look great. I mean, it looks like the beginning of a new move to the upside. So, I mean, you really have just started this move, right? From lows to highs, you've just broken out of this. You broke out, back tested, they call that the bump and run, or a break, hook, and go, right? You broke, you hooked, you went, you bumped this trend line, and you ran, bump and run, whatever you want to call it. It's bullish. It's very bullish structure, formation, pattern, looking good here. And you just got overbought on the stochastics, and the MACD is crossing above the zero line very gracefully. It looked like you're going to find resistance, but you actually found some, not support, but you actually broke through, which is pretty nice to see. This is the real deal. On the 4 hour time frame, that's a good bit of volume. This is definitely the real deal, you guys. When you move higher, because again, I am expecting you move down a little bit from here, and then you move higher, and then you'll probably consolidate a little bit more from a high to a low. Yeah, what you'll probably do from here is, you're at 329, maybe move down to 316 to start off the day. Coming back by the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if you're at 343 to 354, something like that. If not higher, even pressing your all-time high. So come down a little bit. If you're going to go down to 316, how much is that? It's about a 4.2% drop. You could do that, yeah. I can see that happening. You don't have to. Maybe just consolidate in this area, and then you continue to move up higher, but I can see that happening. And then move up, right? Move down a little bit to start the day, and then move up. Other than that, guys, I don't really have anything else that I want to say. Everything looks good. Things look really good right now. I believe with this move, we have officially closed the doors, sealed the hatches to a sub $3 XRP for forever, for our existence. Anybody watching this video, you will likely never again in your life be able to buy XRP below $3. So sorry if you didn't take the chance. Well, you missed it then, right? You will never again get to buy XRP below $3. But on the bright side, you can still buy XRP below $5. I would assume that by the end of this month, or if not by the end of this month, then by the end of September, we will never again get the opportunity to buy below $5. So this magnificent window is still open and available, right? We can still buy some prime time XRP real estate at $3.30, but below $3, I think those numbers might be done forever. If I'm wrong, maybe we move up, maybe we come down, and you get one last attempt. But then soon enough, if it's not this time, then the next time. Soon enough, these sub $3 prices will be a thing of the past. And I'm thinking, making the call now that's the case. Oh, it looks like Bitcoin did go a little bit lower. What do we do? Did we find support right here? Right there. Right at prior resistance points. Let's see. Can we do it again? Can we do it once, twice, 3 times in a row, right? First is the worst, second is the best, third is the one with the hairy chest or something like that. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.